everyone. Would you like to find out what's the latest and greatest in real estate investing? If you like anything about fixing and flipping, buying and holding, you're going to love this podcast. I have Ellis Tran here. He's the authority in pad splitting. If you don't know what that is, you're about to find out. So my name is Raul Hernandez with Keller Williams in the Grimaldo Group. If you don't follow me already, you better start following me because you're going to get more and more value every time you see my videos. Ellis, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, name's Ellis Tran. I'm a senior account executive for PadSplit. I've been with the company since December 2022. I launched the market here in Arizona a month later in January 2023. We are essentially the Airbnb of co-living. Co-living is shared housing, rent by room, anything you want to call it. I've been in co-living since 2017 or so. I started in the Bay Area. This is the fourth co-living company I've worked for. So PadSplit specifically is in the affordable housing space. We have a model where it's essentially the multifamily model in the single family asset. So we have single family properties mostly, sometimes multifamily works. But we suggest to the investor how to convert that single family to maximize the cash flow potential. And that's done by converting the common areas into more bedrooms. We'll tell you how to furnish it, how to renovate it, how to list it on our website, and then we find everybody to move in. We handle collections. We deal with all the people side of things. Investors make their money. Renters can afford a really nice place to live in that's flexible in terms of lease terms and all-inclusive. And then the cities also benefit because we're providing affordable housing very quickly.
Whoa. So co-living, like I've heard the term also communal living. Similar?
Yeah.
So basically you share a home. Mm-hmm. And what brought this idea? Who initiated this? Where do you... Yeah. I know you guys are like the pioneers.
Sure. I wouldn't say pioneers of the actual asset. Plus, it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like in Europe, right?
Yeah, in Europe and Asia, it's generational living. People do this already. Right. But now in America, the affordability issue is becoming so big that it's actually a need. So right now in Arizona, our rooms are priced at around $900 per month. That includes all the furniture, utilities. There's no deposit. There's no credit check. You're initially committing to 31 days as far as your lease goes. It's technically a membership agreement, and then it's week to week after that.
So it's an alternative for like young professionals, pretty much anybody that does not want to have to pay the extreme. I mean, they're not extreme because it's just the economy. That's how it is. It just grows, right? But they don't want to pay what it is. Like a studio right now is like minimum $1,200, $1,500 a month.
Not including utilities, Wi-Fi, furniture, moving costs. So either they don't want to pay or they simply can't.
Yeah.
That's how people...
Yeah. You just don't have it. I mean, the minimum wage is pretty high compared to when I started working. Yeah. But it's not nearly what you actually need. Like, I don't see how a lot of people do it. Like, what they get paid.
Yeah. If you're making minimum wage and you have your own studio and you qualify somehow, you're paying, close to $5,000, let's call it in moving costs alone, and you're spending, half of your paycheck on housing. So you're kind of stuck in this cycle until you can make more money.
Yeah. And fix and flippers, people who are actually like into that business have seen that there's not that much margin anymore.
Yeah.
Because the values of properties don't allow for them to actually gain a huge gain on each flip. So now, most of them are a lot of the big players. I heard word on the street is that they're not doing fix and flips anymore. Now, they're turning a home, a nice, decent-sized home, instead of being, a nice 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom bath, 2-bath or whatever, it becomes 7-bedroom, 7-bath, and now these people, each of them pay $700, $800, $900 a month.
Yeah. Do the math. Ideal property for a pad split, I say, would be around 2,000 square feet. Okay. Ideally with 3 bathrooms, if not 2 is fine. Our maximum bedroom to bathroom ratio is 4:1 in our model. Okay. So a 2,000 square foot property, depending on the floor plan, can usually get you 7 to 8 bedrooms after some renovation. I have a big investor. They've been in the fix and flip game for a couple of decades here in Arizona. They've done thousands of homes, and now they're adding pad splits strategy to add to their, to their real estate investment strategies. They came from the Airbnb game as well, so they're kind of using pad split as a way to buy and hold and cash flow at the same time.
So pad split is the platform that you hire to make sure that you have tenants in all year.
Yep. So we are like the Airbnb of co-living, so we're the platform. But we also have a thing called a vendor network, and that includes local experts. So either realtors, general contractors, property managers, lenders, anybody to make the process easier for the investor, we can put you in touch with. And then my job specifically is to guide you through that entire process and make sure you're successful up until the point of launching.
So you, investor, who are looking into possibly doing something, some type of project, this sounds to me like the biggest cash machine that you can think of.
Yeah, if you buy right and, renovate correctly, furnish it correctly, and then once you go live, manage it correctly, you should see some good results. Since January 2023, we now have 111 padsplits live in Arizona, about 750 bedrooms. We have about an 82% occupancy across the board. Out of those 750 rooms, about 550 are considered mature. That means they've been online for at least 90 days. We have 87-ish% occupancy for those. So as long as you buy right, set the property up right, and wait at least 90 days, once you go live, you should see some good results.
And they can start the whole project with guidance from you as far as what location would be good,
everything,
what property would actually work, the parking situation, ideal situation for the interior, everything guided by PadSplit from the beginning and then taken over from there.
Yeah, exactly right. Then if you need an introduction to a property manager, we can do that too. So we can allow investors to really be hands-off once they go live. But talking about the right property, we like, again, around 2,000 square foot properties, non-HOA, single-family homes usually, Class C neighborhoods. Maybe a transitioning neighborhood. It's kind of the opposite of Airbnb, where you probably wouldn't buy this property for Airbnb, but as it has, it works very well. Again, we're in the affordable housing space, so we want these properties to kind of be in areas where there's a need.
Yeah.
We like properties close to public transport. About half to 75% of our members have cars. So there's a big group of people that don't have cars. We like properties close to work centers. Our target renter is usually the minimum wage earner, maybe a little bit higher. And then the last thing is we like properties with a lot of parking. So corner lots work very well, or properties close to corner lots work well. The biggest threat, I would say, to the model is neighbor complaints, because they're going to get the city involved.
HOA.
HOAs we generally don't like, but
no HOAs.
Yeah, if they complain to the city, they're going to send a letter, and we just don't want that for you. So.
And most people think, I mean, if you're a working class person, you're not there to make trouble.
Yeah.
You're there and you're appreciative because you're having a lower rental rate.
Yeah.
You want to take care of that. You don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
So most of these places don't have issues, right?
Yeah. We've housed over 1,000 people now in Arizona since we launched, and we've only had one eviction.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Especially compared to the Airbnb model, where I've heard the guests can be a little bit entitled. They're very high touch. It's opposite here in PadSplit, where most of the members are grateful to be able to afford such a nice place to live in, because again, we have standards for the renovation phase and just the quality of our properties. If you look on PadSplit Phoenix, you'll see the exact listings that are available there, and the properties are nice. I would live there if I was a single person and trying to find my way and build up from there.
So if you're a tenant, you can go on padssplit.com and find a room today.
Yeah, today, you go through the application process, they'll do a background check, income check. That process, I think, takes 24 to 48 hours. Once you're approved, you'll be able to see a list of rooms that will fit your income qualification. From there, you book a room, and within 24 to 48 hours, you pack a few bags, and you get your move-in codes, and you move in without seeing the landlord, or no keys, no nothing. You just move in and it's plug and play.
Oh man, I can't wait to start my whole investment right now. I'm thinking of a few neighborhoods that I'm like, okay, I could probably have a nice PadSplit there, having a good 5-6K cash flow. I don't know.
Yeah. It's on average we're getting around $900 a month for a non-master bedroom, and then for a master bedroom we're looking at around $1,200. So on an 8-bedroom, let's call them all shared bathrooms, you're looking at $7,200 gross at full occupancy.
Wow.
And this model works well because, again, it's kind of like the multifamily model, the single-family asset. If you have 1 or 2 vacancies, you're still making money. So your vacancy is hedged by the number of bedrooms that you have.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah, same thing with non-paying members or tenants in our model. If you have one that's not paying for that week or month, you're hedged against that because you're still making money on that property.
Yeah, of course. There's enough to cushion that hit.
Exactly.
Okay. What type of qualifications do people have to present? You said that they go through an application process to actually become a tenant. What is it?
They'll do a background check. I believe if they have a violent or sexual crime in their history, that automatically disqualifies them. They are allowed one maximum eviction in the last 7 years. Sometimes life happens, you get evicted, but if there's a pattern of that we don't like, and then as far as the income goes, it's a 3x qualification. There is a credit check as part of the background check, but we don't use that as a qualifying factor for approval.
Okay, what about these pad splitters? What are they? These people who own these homes, what are they actually paying the company?
Yeah.
I know that's
yeah, not at all. We're very transparent with that. So we will take the first 10 days of rent from each new member we find, one time upfront, and then 8% ongoing. So
that's it?
That's it. And then everything else prior to that, there's no cost. Call it a free consultation service. That's my job to make sure you're successful because our incentives are aligned. Pad split gets paid only when we help you collect your money.
All right. What else? I heard last time we talked, you said something about cleaning.
Yeah. So outside of the fees, you'll have to maintain the upkeep of the property. So that includes the utilities that are going to be paid by the host, the investor, maintenance, obviously, cleaning of the common areas at least once a month. So the cleaners will go in and clean the kitchen, hallways, bathrooms. They're not going to touch the bedrooms. And this is on top of the expectation of the members that they're going to clean themselves.
Right.
You'll pay also landscaping, if applicable, and then room turnover cleanings too.
Okay. People with pools, it's okay, or?
We have a handful of pad split that have pools. The pro is it makes it more attractive as a rentable home. You stand out against the competition, definitely. Downside potentially is increased upkeep, potential liability issues. But we are in Arizona, so I think pools would
probably be a plus.
Yeah, I would say so. But if I was an investor, I don't know.
Take it out.
Maybe, yeah.
Take out the variable.
Exactly. If I could avoid it, I would probably. But not to say that pools don't work because they do.
Okay. And the insurance companies, what do they have been saying about these?
We've actually partnered with 2 insurance companies, Steadily and OB Insurance. They provide a landlord policy that covers our model.
Nice.
Yeah. And I've actually heard, I believe State Farm actually is something with that too.
That's the biggest issue. I think most people are looking in their, in the possibilities of anything like going wrong, is that the insurance might not want to cover it. Yeah. But that's cool.
We try to make it easy for investors out there, and our company's actually in talks with Fannie Mae to try to get some lending partnership together because back then Airbnb had no lending support, but now there's Airbnb and everybody takes Airbnb revenue as a as a thing, and now we're trying to kind of create that for ourselves too.
Oh yeah, this is definitely it hedges against the variables that Airbnb presents. Yeah. It hedges against it because you have a way better model.
Yeah,
I believe. I mean, Airbnb is awesome for the experience, depending on the home and everything, but if you actually need a place to live and you just can't afford it,
exactly.
What are your alternatives?
Yeah,
what
are the alternatives? We've had people live out of their cars, they're couch surfing, but this allows people some dignity in basic need of housing. And unlike Airbnb, we're taking that same property, let's call it, instead of earmarking it for vacationers, we're densifying it and then providing it as affordable housing for people that need it.
Ellis, I don't see anything I can possibly ask about this more other than when can I start?
Yeah. Get in touch. Email me, Ellis, ELLIS @padssplit.com. We can set up a Google Meet. We can set up a lunch like Raul and I did a couple weeks ago. There's a Facebook group called Padsplit Phoenix. Good way for us to see what hosts are talking about. A lot of good host knowledge sharing happens there. I have an event schedule. If you're local to Arizona, I throw a couple in-person networking events monthly. Food and drinks provided, so come hungry, come thirsty. There's sometimes some deal sharing there as well, so you might find your next property on that group. The community that we've created here is very collaborative. I can put you in touch with current hosts, all the vendors that you need. My job is to help investors be successful on this platform.
You heard it here, folks. The newest, latest, and greatest way to make money with your rental property, instead of just renting it, 6 months, 12 months to one party, now you can rent it to many, split it up, and have a company just manage it all. You're hands-free. I mean, to a certain extent.
Yeah. If you decide to self-manage, it's a little bit hands-on, but we can put you in touch with another property manager that will handle that other side of things. At that point, you're hands free.
At that point, your house free. Just start accumulating pad splits.
Yeah, our biggest house right now, they have 8 pad splits live, and I met them in January. So the ones that have the ability, they're starting to scale quite quickly. And then I'd say the smaller investors, they're averaging around 3 pad splits a year. So,
All right.
it works. The model works.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. It was awesome. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, thank you for the opportunity. If you're into social entrepreneurship and you want to make some money at the same time, pad splits the way to do it. In any direction the economy goes, we're hedged against that because affordability is a huge issue.
Yes. Hit me up, guys. Let's make it happen for you. Have a great one.